What is going on, everybody? This is Mike from the last Corvette. Today is Thursday, December 9th, and I'm in my kitchen, sitting at the dining table, and no, I'm not working on the C6 or any other project, and it feels great because, as I mentioned last night, in my 2.5 of this whole C6 fuel pump project, the fuel pump is on back order, and all other components, the O-rings, the return line, they're on hold, they're under my name. The fuel pump I was sold is anywhere from 4 days to up to 6 weeks. It's pretty common, especially nowadays. I work in automotive, so I know what we originally went through and still going through to even deliver and get components on time, and what the customers are building just to basically build vehicles with whatever they have. But one of the things that I do is, I try to be really tactical when it comes to projects, right? I kind of lay out my first project from A to Z. So that's why while I wait for my parts, I'm not moving on to, I don't know, taking my side mirrors off or, starting on my heads and cam because, well, you lose track of parts, you get out of sequence, and then you're running around in circles. So in my case, what I'm going to do is over the weekend, we're supposed to have nice, well, let me rephrase that. It's supposed to be in the 50s, but I guess we're supposed to get this crazy windstorm. I don't know if you guys heard about it or not, but like 70-mile-an-hour winds, up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's pretty crazy, but I'll be able to hook up my hose outside and actually wash down the tank because it's pretty grimy. Another thing that, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but a lot of the cushion pads, or we'll call them like shims. So the tank itself really free floats. The only thing that holds the tank in place is that pan, right, that from the bottom. Then you got your filler neck, the hose, evap lines, which ain't much, electrical connector, and a crossover pipe. And that's really it. So the whole thing is just sitting on this pan, okay? And so what they do is, from GM, they put this foam padding on all of the spots where the tank makes contact or could make contact as the vehicle moves and the tank moves with it. I'm going to replace those, and I'll show you guys how I do that, but I'm going to go with something much better. So since I had fuel leaks and it's just wear and tear, heat cycles over the years, one of the things that I think is like really kind of odd, but I know why, it's because it's all about money, is all of these shims or cushions that they put on, they're not closed cell foam. They're just like regular foam like you would find in, like, I guess you would insulate with, right? So it comes apart, especially when fuel eats through it. Fuel will eat through anything. But I'm going to replace the missing, well, I shouldn't say the missing ones, but the ones that came off with closed cell blocks, same thickness. Put those on, glue them in, but first thing is first, like I said, I'm going to wash everything down, get it prepped for basically the fuel pump that's coming, and I'm also going to wash down that whole cavity where the fuel pump lives while I have everything apart. So that's about it for the C6. So I'll make a couple of videos on that, on the fuel pump and, like the cleaning of the tank, but we're not going to see any, like the part 3 is really going to be when I get the parts in and start my assembly process. And that's going to be part 3. It's actually me taking the old fuel pump out, putting the new one in, replacing all the O-rings and the return line and whatnot. So one of the things that I'm trying to work on is creating better videos. I like creating videos. I like expressing myself. I also like sharing with people, either things that I, learned, like my knowledge, my skill set, or things that I'm kind of just learning as I go. Like the C6 fuel pump, right? You can read about it, you can look at pictures, but until you actually get in there with your hands, and do it yourself, you really don't know. But most of my videos are made with using my iPhone, okay? And, one of the things that I don't do is I don't edit, right? I'll take sometimes 3 or 4 videos just to basically make one, and that's the wrong approach. So we do have a really nice Canon camera that we bought a couple of years back, 3 years back, something like that. You know, tripods, selfie sticks, external lights, mics, and all that stuff. At one point, we had a little studio set up in the basement when the kids were younger, and so that kind of faded out. Then we also ended up getting a really nice GoPro over the summer. It's also sad because I really never got into it because I'm just so attached to my phone for whatever reason, because it's easier, it's always on me, that I really need to get that thing out and start using it because it's easy to use, you know, it's weatherproof, and it takes really good pictures and videos. So I'm going to try to transition into that and also start editing. And my whole thing is I need to get away from trying to record a video like I am doing today and then post it the same day. It's okay for me to make a video, just set up my Canon or my GoPro, make a video, edit on my own terms, and then release it, because at the end of the result, it's going to be a better product for you guys and a better product for me to, you know, look at, right? So that's one of the things that I'm trying to set myself up. So why am I leading? Why am I going towards making better videos? Well, it's very simple. I want to do it for myself, and I have 2 video projects that I really want to get off the ground. I've been really thinking about them and talking about them internally with my family for years. One of them involves my motorcycle accident that I was in back in 2015. That whole experience really changed my life. Yes, I'm still on the right side of the grass, as they say, and you know, I still got 2 arms and 2 legs and whatever, but it really changed the way I look at life, the way I look at my kids, the way I look at every day waking up. And everybody can connect to it, you know, either if you go through a traumatic experience, regardless if it's a motorcycle accident, car accident, you know, coming back from serving the country, or you know, drug addictions or anything like that. Really, it all relates because the outcome is the same. The traumatic experience lingers, okay, and it doesn't go away, and it also interconnects with everybody's lives, meaning that there's always that fork in the road, and we make either the right decision or the wrong decision, or sometimes we make the right decision but it turns out to be, well, the wrong one. So that's the first one. Now the second one is another experience that I want to share. It's kind of really deep and true to me and my family, and it's a family member that I lost. And you know, I have a name, for the video, and you know, probably be several parts, but it's something that I want to shoot. But when I get to that point, you know, like the motorcycle video is going to be a really good starting point, but the second one I really want to kind of dial in. I'm no expert, but I want to dial in my video making, editing skills to really get my point across, because the whole bridge to what I'm saying tonight is a video that I watched by no other than, to me, the most famous YouTuber of them all is Casey Neistat. Now, Casey's videos are amazing because when he used to do vlogs, daily vlogs, or sometimes he would, you know, skip a day here or there, whatever, I was glued to his content. And sometimes the content wasn't something that I'm into, okay? Right? It's not like that he was drag racing cars, motorcycles, or was on boats, but it's the way he projects the videos and his content and his story that is another connection that people make while you, like, you know, browse through YouTube and you click on it, right? It's the storytelling, it's the way everything is presented to you, it's the cuts, it's the transitions, it's just the little things. And obviously he's a movie producer, he's a movie maker, video maker, a great YouTuber, and he's also starting a, I believe it's like a video or a movie school that will teach you more likely the basics of how to create content. And when I say content, videos, movies, right? How to, properly record, how to properly set. I'm assuming, but that's what I got from his last video that I watched last night, and it really inspired me to try to do better. And of course, if you if you have the time, which I don't, let's say this was my daily gig. Over time, you're going to get good at it, regardless of where you start or where you are in life. Practice makes perfect, as they say. But one of the greatest YouTubers, one of the greatest video makers, man, how he just brings the content together and explodes it through either your phone, your, tablet, or your TV. Hands down, just amazing creator. And, I call it the translator of just information and videos, man. I mean, it takes a special somebody to translate where even if you couldn't understand what he was saying, you could definitely understand not only the topic or the content through how the video is made. That's the easiest way I can put it or explain it with my brain. So that's that. Pretty boring maybe for some, but that's kind of my take on it. I do have one little project that I might record today and also post. Recently we got a new vehicle. It's a Ford Expedition, and you pay a lot of money for vehicles, and they don't come with all-weather floor mats. They still come like a big ass Expedition SUV, fully freaking loaded, comes with your regular like cloth or fabric style floor mats. I mean, they're nice, but when you live in Michigan and you go through seasons like, I don't know, like fall, especially winter, and you bring in salt in and out of the car or your house, it's they're not gonna last. So I went ahead and ordered a whole kit. It's all the rubberized, all-weather, snaps in like OEM for the first row, second row, third row in the trunk area. They're not WeatherTechs, they're a little cheaper, but it's the same thing. It traps everything in place, and and it fits in OEM, meaning that it's not some kind of a pre-cut generic style floor mat. So I'll do that for you guys. Now they came in a long box because it's a big ass truck, and they were rolled up. So I have them out, but once I snap everything, it's gonna take some heat cycles in the vehicle, being that it's cold, to actually flatten everything out. And I will be removing the original floor mats and putting them in the garage until summer. But that's just a way to protect the vehicle. One other thing is, which I never got, check this out. It's a $80,000 vehicle, and the third row, which it comes with a third row, this is a max, so this is the extended versions, doesn't even have floor mats for the third row, which makes no sense. But once again, it's about saving money. So when I called the dealer, at first I thought, I was like, maybe they missed the floor mats, and the sales lady said, no, they don't come with the third row floor mats. I'm like, how's that even possible? And then the Captain Cheers, the little walkthrough, they don't make anything, even if you order the floor mats from Ford. Because Ford will sell you aftermarket, well, I shouldn't say aftermarket, but their own accessory floor mats for that vehicle. And they're not as good as the ones that I ordered, or they're not as good as the WeatherTechs, but they still don't have the little walkway covered. So this kit covers it all, right? And it's good because, like I said, when you travel with kids, when you deal with seasons, when you take them to the beach, especially the cargo mat that I got, it's another add-on. And that's actually one of the reasons why I didn't go with WeatherTech, because WeatherTech, it's almost like you buy individual sections. For this big-ass truck, you have to get the fronts, you have to get the rears as a package, but then the third row is separate, and then the cargo is separate. So by the time you add all that stuff up, you're looking at $1,500 or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. I paid a fraction of that going with an aftermarket company or another company. But anyway, I'm gonna end my video just kind of a all over the place. But I started with car content type and I ended with car content. So is that a way to tie a video together? Maybe. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'll talk to you guys later.